Every year I make a desk setup video. This is one of my favorite categories on YouTube. I love seeing workspaces from different people. My setup, of course, is focused around the iPad. My go-to iPad Pro is the 12.9-inch third generation model. I edit all my videos, photos, and podcasts on this device, and over the last 3 years, it has been my main computer. I love how portable it is, but yet I can still get all my work done. My keyboard of choice changes a lot. Right now it's the Bridge keyboard. Disclosure, Bridge sent me this keyboard for free to review. I'll link my review below, but I didn't pay for it. I also like the Smart Connector keyboard by Apple. It really depends on what mood I'm in on which one I use. The heart of my setup is the Cal Digital USBC Thunderbolt 3 Pro dock. Cal Digital was awesome and they sent me this one to review. It's not just a USB-C dock, it's also a Thunderbolt dock as well. Since I'm using an iPad, I've only been using it as a USB-C dock. It's a bit pricey at $200, but that's also because it's a Thunderbolt 3 dock. If you work at a desk for a long period of time, I can't recommend this enough. It's really that good, especially if you jump between something like a MacBook that has Thunderbolt and an iPad that uses USB-C. Because of this dock, I'm able to more easily turn my portable setup into a desktop with just one cable. What I love about this is everything that I could possibly want to be plugged into my iPad can be plugged in with no throttling of its speed. The front side has a USB-A port, a USB-C port, an SD card reader, and a headphone jack. The SD card reader is UHS 2 supported, so my photos and videos from my camera transfer incredibly fast. Both USB ports on the front are for data. This is great if you use any external hard drives. I use this a lot for backing up photos and videos quickly to my Samsung T5 external hard drives. Plus it has a headphone jack. That port isn't dead yet. Though I've mostly moved to an all-wireless headphone setup, it comes in handy when I record my podcast. On the backside, it has a network port, which the iPad does support. Unfortunately, I'm too far away from my router to use this, and I live in an apartment so I can't pull cable through the wall. Next to that is two USB-A 3.0 ports, which one of these is always plugged into my audio interface, but we'll talk more about that in a bit. Then there is a USB-C Thunderbolt 3 port. This is what goes back to your device. Since the hub is powered, you don't need a separate charging brick to charge your iPad or laptop. This makes this dock even more compelling. I'm able to keep my cable management clean and I don't need a secondary power brick for my desk setup. There are two DisplayPort ports that could drive 4K out of both if you're using Thunderbolt 3. Since I'm using USB-C to an iPad, it can do 4K to one monitor. I found this LG 4K monitor on Amazon. It's a 24-inch monitor that I got on sale for around $275. The price does fluctuate often, so keep an eye on it. I've been using it for a couple of months now and I really like it. My biggest issue with it is when I film I have to take it off. It's in my way and that can be a bit annoying. Because it's so cheap for a 4K monitor, it doesn't have the best color and it's not super bright. To plug it in, I've been using just a DisplayPort cable. I did try some HDMI cables with a few other adapters, but I couldn't get the 4K to work over HDMI. I don't think this monitor supports 4K over HDMI. I couldn't find any documentation that said otherwise, but I tried about 4 different adapters and I couldn't get any of them to do 4K over HDMI. So I'm just using the DisplayPort cable that came with the monitor. I've been using it so that I have a bit more of an ergonomic setup. When I'm writing or editing, I can look straight ahead at the screen instead of looking down at the iPad. I place the iPad right in front of the screen, so I can still quickly interact with it. Also, when I'm color correcting or editing photos, I can use the iPad's display to get more accurate color reproduction on it. And with iPad OS, I can use the mouse to navigate the system as well. My go-to mouse is the Logitech MX Master 3. It fits great in my hand and charges over USB-C. Between having the iPad right in front of the monitor and the mouse to the side, I don't feel like I'm making the interaction with it harder. One of my big complaints about using a monitor with the iPad is its letterbox, meaning you have 2 black bars on each side. Some apps like LumaFusion and GoodNotes have modes optimized for external monitors, but a vast majority don't. I hope to see iPad OS get optimized to work with external monitors as a native system feature in the future. The stand the monitor is attached to isn't the stand that it comes with. Since the reason I was putting the monitor on my desk was because of ergonomics, I wanted to make sure the monitor was at the proper height and the stand that comes with the monitor is not adjustable. So I got this from Amazon. It's heavy, but not very expensive. I can adjust it to whatever height I want and then never have to think about it again. This vastly improves the ergonomics of working from an iPad. Because I do a lot of audio recording, I have my audio gear permanently set up on my desk. My audio interface of choice is the Scarlett Solo. For the money, it's been amazing. I'm sure there are better ones out there, but since I'm just doing voiceovers, this works great. Plus, the red looks really good on my desk. On the side, there's an NFC sticker. This one specifically works with metal devices. When I scan it, it launches my podcasting shortcut. This basically puts my device in Do Not Disturb and starts time tracking. I can easily add more stuff to this later if I want. The mic that I have plugged into the XLR port is the Audio-Technica ATR 2100. I really like this mic, and if you're looking to get into podcasting or YouTube, it's a great starter mic. Plus, it plugs in via USB or XLR, though I highly recommend using XLR. This will probably be the next thing that gets upgraded in my setup. I'm not sure what I'll be upgrading to yet, but I want something a bit higher end. Like I said, it's a good mic for starting off, and it's what you're hearing me speak into now. There's been one thing that has stayed the same through all of my setups, and that's my studio headphones. I use the Audio-Technica ATH M50X. These are great headphones for when I record and edit audio. I have them on a hook that hangs under my desk. I'll probably upgrade these at some point, but I haven't really found the need to yet since I'm just doing voice work. My dad, who is a carpenter, built my desk years ago. I love this thing and don't ever plan on getting rid of it. It's solid wood and wide enough for me to film anything I want on it. It sits in the middle of the room right next to the window for a reason. Here I have enough distance from the wall to be able to set up my film gear, but far away enough from my bookshelf so I get a nice bokeh background. I use the window for natural light to light some of the room. I have a couple of other lights I use to light everything else evenly. As far as cables go, I have 3 holes on the desk to route things through. Then they go down to an IKEA cable management rack, and then they feed to wherever they need to go after that. Combine this with some Velcro straps and it does a really good job of keeping things neat. I used to mount a surge protector to the bottom of my desk, but my new one is really heavy. I just have all my power cords go to the bottom of the floor now. The opposite side from where I usually sit is covered in filming gear, so I'm not too worried about making it look nice. On the desk I have 3 lamps. If I didn't do videos, I wouldn't have nearly this much, but in my opinion, they make my videos look good. The 2 lamps on either side are from Amazon and have Edison bulbs in them. This gives off an orange look to my video. Then I have a desk lamp with a Philips Hue color bulb. This is so that I can add some tint to my videos. Between the two, I can have a natural orange and teal look. One really cool accident about my desk is I can fit an IKEA Alex drawer under it. I use this for storing stuff I want to keep close by, like cables and filming gear. Honestly, it gets really messy quickly, so I need to clean it out all the time. On the side, I have an NFC sticker that runs a shortcut. This one makes sure all my office lights are on and then plays some music on my HomePod. On the left side of my desk, I have a TV dinner tray. This is where I film a lot of my top-down shots for my videos. I can use the black background, or I have several different items I can use to change it out. The bookshelf behind me is mostly for decoration and adding an interesting look to the background of my videos. What I like about using a bookshelf as opposed to mounting stuff to the wall is it's easier to swap stuff out in the future. But right now I'm pretty happy with what's here. So that's it, that's my setup. I'll put links to everything I can in the description below. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching and have a great day.